How are you, young man?
Man, I'm doing awesome. How, it's good to be on the show with you guys.
Good. We appreciate you. So, Bijan, let me get this off my chest real quick. I'm an Oklahoma Sooner fan, and I'd like to thank you for leaving Texas to go to the NFL, because every time you touched the football against my Sooners, I was like, oh, no, not again, because we could not get you on the ground.
That's right. So let me ask you this. So I know you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. So how did it become a Dallas Cowboy fan to an Oklahoma Sooner fan?
Okay,
and not a Texas fan.
Okay, I grew up in Oklahoma City, and so our closest pro team in those days was Dallas. So I was steep. I got born into the Oklahoma Sooner thing. It's in my blood. I can't help it. And I got raised to hate the color orange, especially burnt orange, which Texas wears. So I'm unhooked. Right. I'm down with the horns.
Okay.
Forgive me for that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sound like fighting words.
Yeah, it was. But I respect them. I just hate them. But that's just me.
So, Bijan, Bijan, you got a new head coach in Raheem Morris, somebody that I know very, very well. When you heard the news that Raheem was going to be the coach opposed to the rumors of a Bill Belichick, where did your mind go at that point in time?
Yeah, so like when I heard Raheem was going to be the coach, it was excitement because I know that him and Coach Sark are best friends. So Coach Sark was telling me, like, man, you hit the pinpoint with this hire, and I kind of knew of Raheem a little bit, and I knew his energy and what he brought to a culture, and how all his players, really talk highly of him and really love him. But I think the thing that stood out to me off the bat was, I think 15 minutes after he got hired, or after it was announced, I asked for his number from our GM, Terry Fontenot, and I put his number in my phone, and literally his contact popped up for a FaceTime. Like he FaceTimed me right then and there. So when I saw that call, and when we started talking, it was pretty awesome for sure.
Oh, that's cool. So, Bijan, we're both big Raheem fans, but was there even a little tiny part of you that wanted to see what it would be like to play for the great Bill Belichick? Did you think about it?
Yeah. So that's who I was expecting we were going to hire. Yeah. Like, I thought it was going to be Bill Belichick. I mean, obviously he's the greatest coach of all time. So, for me, and I'm always used to the coaches that are strictly business and want to win, right away, and it'll be tough on you, but that's just what you got to have to handle. So I'm used to that, and
good.
I was definitely prepared to have him come as well.
You had a phenomenal rookie season. You had about 1,500 all-purpose yards, which is, it's hard to do as a rookie, because you got to learn. You got to know first of all, you got to know how to get to the building to begin with. That's number one. You just got to know how to get from your apartment, your house, to the facility.
True.
Yep.
What did you improve on your rookie season when you came from Texas? Remember, me, you and I, we talked about something that you need to improve on. What was that one thing?
I think for me, it was definitely, being patient, not just on the field, but, in the locker room, around the facility, because, for me, I always want things to happen like right now. And I always want things, to get off the ground now. But I knew that, I had to stay patient in my learning, and how I learn, with, being on the field, being around NFL players, asking vets how they take care of their body, and how I need to take care of my body throughout a long season. So, for me, that's really what it was. And I knew that, obviously God had a plan for me throughout this whole season, and I had to, stick with him on that and just stay ready for that. But, as my time as my time grew throughout the season, that's when I started to feel more comfortable on the field, and that's when I started to know that, I could play this game, just as effectively as I could play it in college. So that's kind of what I had to learn a lot of throughout the season, is just making sure I'm always, ready to go for the opportunities.
So would you say it was harder than you thought it would be?
At first, it was definitely a different process, because, I think the difference between college and NFL is, the speed is kind of similar, but, dudes are smarter in this league, and they don't really make mistakes too often. So, I had to add a lot of different things in my bag, from trying to make defenders miss, or those split decisions on what I need to do and how I need to create the contact to make those big plays. So I wouldn't say it's that much of a difference, but it was definitely a difference that you have to get used to throughout the season.
What about in terms of protection calls and blitz pickup? Did you improve on that?
Absolutely, and that's the one thing that we attacked, me and my position coach, Michael Petrie, that we attacked off the bat, just because I knew that having protection calls in the NFL is a lot different than college, and dudes are a lot smarter with their packages and how they want to come attack, especially me being a rookie. They're going to try to attack me right away. So that's definitely the one thing that I had to improve on, and I felt that I drastically improved on that throughout the season, and got way more comfortable as time was going on.
So when you watch Christian McCaffrey run or catch the football, what do you see?
With Christian, the thing that I respect about him so much is, you don't ever really see him talking on the field. Like he's gonna put his head down. He's gonna make, he never really loses ground. He always covers ground and makes the most of every opportunity that he gets. And even just talking to him in the middle of the season, we got on the phone and talked.
Did you? Yeah.
And yeah. And he gave me just so many pointers on, how to take care of my body and what he does before practice and how he goes about practice. Because, obviously people see what he does on Sundays, but he said, he practices really hard. And, he tires himself out at practice, which I pride on doing. But hearing that from him and seeing what he does on Sundays, it's pretty cool how he prepares and how he gets himself together for those games. But I think that dude is the best running back in the NFL for a reason. And obviously I'm trying to, one day get on that trajectory as well.
I know you're young, but you're not oblivious to where you're at. You're at the Super Bowl. You're young. You're at the Super Bowl. What is it that the Atlanta Falcons as a team need to do to be in the Super Bowl next year in New Orleans, opposed to you just sitting there doing interviews?
Yeah, so for me, I feel that we have a Super Bowl caliber team. We have all the pieces that we need. And, with Coach Raheem coming in and all the coaching staff that he brought in, I feel that was the change that was definitely needed for this team. And, I feel like all we got to do is just, obviously keep playing for each other and keep growing together as a team, but just staying consistent week to week and not having a great week here. And the next week, we're trying to fight for a win that game. Because most of our losses this year were only by 3 points, 2 points, at the last second of the game. And I know when we get over that hump, then we'll be the most dominant team in the NFL. So I feel like just staying consistent is definitely the key of what we need to do to be here at this position next year.
Yeah. So give us a real quick pick on who wins this game.
Yeah, so I think the 49ers have a better team, but I feel the Chiefs been here so many times, and they know what to expect for this game, and I know what Patrick Mahomes does, as a guy that's won Super Bowl, so I'm gonna have to go the Chiefs for this one.
Good.
I got one last thing before we let you go. How difficult was it for you when you opened up that first check and you saw that it was less than what you got at Texas?
It was definitely like, man, this is a little different. A little different. A lot of money. Just make sure I pay these ties. But that was a little different for me.
So Bijan, wind it up. Tell us what you're doing with Courtyard.
Yeah. So I'm partnering with Courtyard, and it's pretty cool. So they turned the NFL suite at the stadium into a hotel room. And they did it for these big time football fans, Jametta and Chance. And last week I got to go meet them at the room which was pretty amazing. Like, they have a all-access view of the whole stadium. But I think it's pretty cool that what Courtyard's doing. You know, they're really passionate about the fans, and, you know, they want to, you know, make the fan experience, you know, one that they can never forget. And, you know, he does a lot of community work, and he's donating a lot of shoes to his cause. And, you know, we got him some shoes. We got him 200 pair of shoes to give to his cause. So I think it's pretty awesome to be a part of that. And, you know, Courtyard's doing a really good thing for not just them, but for so many people around the NFL and around the community. So it's awesome.
Very cool. We love you, man, and we'll be rooting for you next year. Okay,
all right, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
We'll see you.
Bijan Robinson. Lil Wayne joins us next, right here at the debate desk, to debate Super Bowl, Taylor Swift's impact, and Lakers' day yesterday, great and bad.
Won't back down, won't back down, won't back down.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.